power. It courses through every human interaction, a subtle dance of influence, often unnoticed. But what happens when this influence turns insidious? When someone seeks to control, not collaborate, that's manipulation. And it's more common than you think. From boardrooms to bedrooms, manipulation lurks in the shadows. A whispered word to undermine your confidence. A carefully crafted lie to steer you off course. A charming facade masking a self-serving agenda. These tactics prey on our deepest desires and insecurities. They exploit our trust, leaving us feeling used and betrayed. But knowledge is power. By understanding the mechanics of manipulation, we can dismantle its hold and reclaim our autonomy. This is a guide to recognizing and resisting manipulation, a roadmap to navigate the treacherous terrain of human interaction. Because in a world of hidden agendas, self-awareness is our strongest defense. Influence in its purest form is an art. It's the ability to persuade, to inspire, to guide others towards a common goal. Think of a mentor, a teacher, a leader who empowers you to become your best self. Manipulation, on the other hand, is a weapon. It operates in the shadows, using deceit and coercion to achieve its aims. The manipulator sees you not as an equal, but as a pawn in their game. The line between influence and manipulation can be blurry, but the key difference lies in intent. Influence seeks to benefit both parties. Manipulation seeks to benefit only the manipulator, often at your expense. Understanding this distinction is crucial. It allows us to discern between genuine connection and calculated control, to separate the leaders from the manipulators. Manipulation doesn't just affect our thoughts, it hijacks our biology. Our nervous system, the intricate network that governs our emotions and reactions, becomes a battleground. Imagine this. You're facing criticism from someone you trust. Your heart races, your palms sweat. This is your sympathetic nervous system kicking in, priming you for fight or flight. Now imagine this criticism is a constant, insidious drip. Your body remains in a state of chronic stress. Cortisol, the stress hormone, floods your system, impacting your sleep, your digestion, your overall well-being. This is the insidious power of manipulation. It keeps us off balance, erodes our sense of self, and compromises our mental and physical health. Manipulators employ a range of tactics, each designed to exploit our vulnerabilities. Recognizing these tactics is the first step to dismantling their power. Guilt tripping. This tactic weaponizes your empathy and sense of obligation. You're bombarded with, "After all I've done for you," or "You make me feel terrible," when the goal, to make you feel responsible for their emotions and comply with their demands. Fear-mongering. This tactic preys on your insecurities. Manipulators exaggerate risks, paint worst-case scenarios, and use threats to keep you compliant. If you don't do this, then the message is clear: obey or face dire consequences. Playing the victim. This tactic seeks to elicit your sympathy and compassion. Manipulators present themselves as helpless victims of circumstance, shifting blame and responsibility onto you. Their misfortunes become your burden to bear. These are just a few examples of the many weapons in a manipulator's arsenal. By understanding these tactics, we can begin to see through the smoke and mirrors. The gaslighter's glare. Recognizing emotional manipulation. Emotional manipulation is perhaps the most insidious form of control. It operates in the murky realm of feelings, distorting your perceptions and undermining your sanity. Gaslighting, a particularly cruel form of emotional manipulation, involves denying your reality and planting seeds of doubt. You're told that never happened, you're imagining things, or you're too sensitive. Over time, these tactics can chip away at your self-esteem and make you question your own judgment. You begin to doubt your memories, your perceptions, even your sanity. Recognizing emotional manipulation requires tuning into your gut instincts. If you constantly feel confused, belittled, or manipulated in a relationship, trust your intuition. You're likely dealing with a master of emotional manipulation. The siren song of persuasion, undisguised manipulation in sales and marketing. Manipulation isn't always hidden in the shadows. It often parades in plain sight, disguised as persuasion, particularly in the realms of sales and marketing. Think of the infomercial that preys on your insecurities, promising a quick fix for your deepest anxieties. Or the social media influencer who peddles products based on manufactured lifestyles and unattainable ideals. These tactics exploit our desire for belonging, our yearning for status, and our fear of missing out. They bombard us with carefully crafted messages designed to bypass our rational thinking and trigger impulsive behavior. The key to resisting manipulation in these arenas is to cultivate critical thinking. Question everything. Do your research. And remember, if something seems too good to be true, it probably is. Digital deception manipulation in the age of information. The digital age, with its vast reach and unprecedented access to information, has become a breeding ground for manipulation. From fake news to online scams, the internet is rife with traps for the unwary. Algorithms track our every click, feeding us personalized content designed to keep us engaged, often at the expense of truth and objectivity. We're bombarded with targeted advertising that exploits our desires and insecurities, nudging us towards specific products and behaviors. Social media, with its curated feeds and highlight reels, presents a distorted view of reality. We compare our lives to the carefully constructed facades of others, leading to feelings of inadequacy and anxiety. Navigating this digital minefield requires vigilance. Be discerning about your sources of information. Limit your exposure to manipulative content. And remember, you have the power to curate your online experience. Building your defenses. Practical tips to counter manipulation. Recognizing manipulation is half the battle. The other half? Developing strategies to counter these tactics and protect yourself from their insidious influence. First, trust your gut. Our intuition is a powerful tool. If something feels off, if someone's behavior raises red flags, pay attention. Your gut is often your first line of defense against manipulation. Next, set boundaries. Manipulators thrive on pushing boundaries. Establish clear limits on what you're willing to tolerate. Learn to say no assertively and without guilt. And finally, ask questions. Manipulators rely on deception and deflection. Don't be afraid to ask direct questions and demand clear answers. Challenge inconsistencies and refuse to be gaslighted. These are just a few strategies to empower yourself against manipulation. Remember, you have the right to protect your well-being and to say no to anyone who seeks to control or exploit you. The power of no setting boundaries against manipulation. Setting boundaries is essential in any relationship, but it's particularly crucial when dealing with manipulators. Boundaries are the lines you draw to protect your physical, emotional, and mental well-being. Think of boundaries as your personal fortress. They define what you will and will not tolerate from others. They signal that you respect yourself and expect the same respect in return. Setting boundaries can be uncomfortable at first, especially if you're used to people-pleasing or avoiding conflict. But remember, you have the right to say no without guilt or explanation. Start by identifying your non-negotiables. What are the behaviors or situations that you absolutely will not tolerate? Once you're clear on your boundaries, communicate them assertively and consistently. Reclaiming your power. Seeking support and breaking free. Breaking free from a manipulator's grasp can be a challenging and emotional process. It's important to remember that you're not alone and that there are resources available to support you. If you're in a relationship with a manipulator, seeking professional help can be invaluable. A therapist can provide a safe space to process your experiences, develop coping mechanisms, and build strategies for setting boundaries. Surrounding yourself with a supportive network of friends and family is also crucial. Share your experiences, seek their advice, and allow them to provide the emotional support you need to break free. Remember, healing from manipulation takes time. Be patient with yourself, celebrate your progress, and know that you have the strength and resilience to reclaim your power. Unmasking the manipulator, a final word. Manipulation in its many forms is a pervasive force in human interactions. It preys on our vulnerabilities, exploits our emotions, and undermines our sense of self. But knowledge is power. By understanding the tactics of manipulation, recognizing the signs, and developing strategies to counter these tactics, we can protect ourselves from its insidious influence. Remember, you deserve to be treated with respect, honesty, and integrity. Don't allow anyone to diminish your worth or control your life. Unmask the manipulators in your life. Set boundaries, reclaim your power, and live a life free from their control. The power to break free lies within you. If you found this video helpful, please subscribe and like for more psychology tricks and tips.